What's up, Charm City Bird Nation? This is section 388, where the diehard Oriole fan sits. I'm Phil, this is Greg. Alan's out for spring break, so we'll be flying 2 today. Today we're just talking about spring training and our thoughts on what's been going on for the past month or so. And I just want to bring up Brian Mattis. He's been dominating this past spring with a 3.20 ERA this spring and just been lights out. He's back to his old form, knock on wood. So, what are your thoughts on this spring in general?
Well, I think the spring has been very productive. There's still a lot of key positions that we're missing. I'm surprised about Brian Mattis. He definitely is looking good. That's what we need. We also we need some other pitchers to kind of go in that same path. But so far it's a surprise and it's a good one. Let's hope this trend continues. I know it's just spring training, so it's not, you really can't put too much into it, but it's good that it's 3.2, and Wee and Chen is also had a very good spring.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So as I said,
he's actually a big surprise to me. A lot of people were hyping up Tsuyoshi Wada, who has been not so great with the 9.0 ERA. He also suffered an elbow injury earlier this spring, like in the first week actually, just from throwing. So already he's showing signs of fatigue in the major leagues, but hopefully he'll be able to rest up in the bullpen a little bit and be able to show his stuff later on the season. Again, knock on wood.
Even if he's not a starter, still to have a decent person in the bullpen, even though his ERA is pretty high. Maybe he's not going to be a starter. Maybe he's going to be a middle reliever. That's what we need to do. We need to build up the relief pitching, and I think that's going to be a key to this year's team. So hopefully that pans out. Like I said, as I said, a couple months ago, I thought that Chen was going to be the sleeper of the year for the Orioles. I think he's going to be a force this year to be reckoned with.
Definitely.
So
yeah, right now the starting rotation is very loose right now. Jake Arrieta, Wee and Chen, Jason Hamill, and Tommy Hunter, and I think Brian Mattis might be rounding that off. In fact, my prediction is he'll be the starter for opening day.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. My prediction is going to be Jake Arrieta.
Okay.
As I said, last year I thought he had a solid beginning when he first came up. I thought he pitched solid. Zach Britton is another one I thought had a very good outlook. He's on the 15-day disabled list now at this point, which is a bad sign, but it also it's good to see that it's not a long-term thing. So hopefully he'll be back and he'll be shining like he did beginning of last year.
Yeah, I really hope Britton comes back to form because he has such great talent, and I just really hope he can get back to form and go back to his mechanics a little bit and just work his way up and hopefully take some weightlifting lessons with Brady Anderson a little bit.
Definitely. Don't be juicing though. don't do everything the same way he did it.
But yeah, and speaking of the DL, 15-day DL, Brian Roberts, I'm sorry, but I think we have to cut him.
I don't think it's time to cut him just yet. I think it's a good sign that he's on the 15-day.
Yeah.
It seems that he's getting closer and closer to coming back. But that being said, he's almost like a grenade. You pull the pin, you let the arm off,
the arm,
and it's kind of like just a matter of time. And I think that if we can hold him, get some value for him, I think that we need to trade him, unload him somewhere. Even if he comes back to form, it's only a matter of time before he gets injured again. Let's try to get some value for him. Let's get him out of here.
But still, he's been suffering injury for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And if we're ever going to trade him, I don't think he's going to be that great of a chip to trade.
That's true, but if we can get some kind of value for him,
okay.
I think it's better than just cutting him at least. Some other teams might want to take a chance on him. I think for us, it's kind of a let's see what we can get for him, and then let's go from there.
Okay. Well, this week the Orioles announced Oriole Hall of Fame inductees, and one of them happens to be Mike Mussina.
Or as I like to say, Mike Boo Cena.
And this guy is still bitter about him leaving for the Yankees.
He should have gone to a different team. He should, if he would have gone to a different team and then gone to the Yankees, that's one thing.
Now,
To go straight from the Orioles back when, I know our team was on a downswing, dealing with the Jeffrey Mayer. Haven't forgot. Having to deal with that situation. That's really where this stems from. Again, it also stems back to our owner, who let him essentially get away instead of signing him to a long-term deal before this came up. Again, I got to blame the owner because he's a jackass, essentially.
Well, he was asked during a phone interview. Mike was asked a question: if you were inducted into the actual Hall of Fame, which uniform would you prefer to have? And he was like, I don't take sides. I had great years with the Orioles and great years with the Yankees. So he's very diplomatic in that sense. But he did have his better years with the Orioles, specifically in 1997, where he just was dominant, lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always count on him to do his job right. So, yeah.
And you could always count on Mike Mussina to make sure you knew that he was the smartest person in the room. These are the stories that I've been recently hearing that I actually didn't know about. He was kind of a diva, as they would put it.
Really?
As it came to, he knew his pitch count. He knew where he was going to stop pitching, which is, in a sense, is business side is a good thing. But from having heart and kind of that side of it, the heart with the team and putting everything into it. I think that he could have been much greater than he actually was. But then again, maybe he would have blown his arm out. You never know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if he could gauge how he felt, I think it's a good thing that he was kind of a diva in that sense. You don't want to have this great pitcher in your rotation, and you don't want to blow out his arm.
That's true.
But at the same time, I do agree with you. You got to build up that strength as well. But yeah, opening day is next week. I can't wait. I'll be there. Craig.
I will not be there.
That sucks.
But I might actually go to a game this year. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Just try to get some of this pride back. Little side note. Little off topic. I've heard that these rumors about our owner Peter Angelos about possibly selling the team may actually have some truth to it.
Really?
As of recently, they've talked about that there may be some things going on where he may privately be trying to sell the team. This was a rumor that happened a couple months ago. Well, it turns out that it possibly could be true. I implore every Oriole fan to send a letter to Peter Angelos.
Or buy a Mega Millions ticket tonight.
To hold a sign. Buy Mega Millions. Buy the Orioles. But I think that would be a good move. Again, he doesn't care. I still don't believe he cares about this team. I believe he cares about the almighty dollar. And if that's what he cares about, this is not a city for you. This is not a team for you.
Yeah, we take pride in our baseball, and especially the Orioles.
It's been 14 years. It's time to get back to the winning way. It's time to get back to the '89 Orioles.
Why not?
From worst to first. Why not? Let's get back to that. We did it before. We can do it again.
Hell yeah. Well, leave comments below us and we'll get to them. I promise you. I know we haven't been doing that, but I promise you we'll get to them. But we'll see you next week, and I'll see you at the game. Peace out.
Take it easy.